Sup, I'm Ellie. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to make coloring pages of this gal. She is one of my favorite characters that I've created ever, and I've made her into a painting. I'll put a picture up of her painting over here. And this guy, another favorite character. The background didn't work out though, so I quit on him. Why am I creating coloring pages? Well, I am creating a Patreon page, a space for artists to explore style within the creepy cute niche. And I've got some resources on there that talk about color palettes and how it relates to the creepy cute theme and related styles, and thought, well, it would be cool to put some coloring pictures up there if anybody wanted to try out the color schemes and things like that, but didn't feel like they wanted to draw. That happens to me a lot. I often feel like I just want to play around with color, but I don't feel like going through the mission of drawing something, so that's why. Using the light box because this guy has been drawn before and I didn't want to go through the process of obsessing over little things that might look a little bit different, so I thought this is just a quick and easy way to get it done. I do like my light box for this kind of work because I can get a certain way about redraws. And starting over, if you're an artist watching this, you get it. This little box has paid for itself 20 times over. So this guy will go up on one of the tiers on the Patreon page, but it will also be available in the shop on Patreon. Here's something that I absolutely love about digital coloring pages that can be printed. Especially if you're an artist, right? Because chances are you're gonna have some good paper. So you can print it on any kind of paper based on the type of medium you feel like using. If you want to do a watercolor of it, you can print it on watercolor paper. If you want to do coloring pencils, you can do it on textured paper. Not last year, but the year before, I spent the whole year, almost the whole year, obsessing over a coloring book that I was working on called Bottled Monsters. The pictures are pretty basic, but I obsessed over things like line work and stuff like that. Thin lines or thick lines, dark lines or light lines, blackout sections, or leave as much coloring space as possible. In the end, I concluded that the bold black lines as well as like blackout sections look really good and inviting. It looks like you want to color the page, but it also can be a little bit restrictive. It's not a major thing, but I've seen artists, especially coloring artists, try and work around line work when they're trying to get like a realistic or a three-dimensional look, or even sometimes like a painterly look. And so for these coloring pages, I've decided to keep the lines light in graphite and very thin and no blackout sections, so that it offers maximum creative opportunity. And now we move on to this gal. If I remember correctly, her name is Stella. I must admit, something that is exciting to me in this whole process is that I'm choosing to create coloring pages from some of my older drawings. Anytime I've ever considered making coloring pages for something, I always go at it by drawing something completely new from scratch. So surprising, but exciting. I think there are going to be some really cool coloring pages that come from some of my older art. And even though Stella has already been drawn, already been painted, just working on this coloring page has made me feel like I want to color her again. So I might just do that, which is something I kind of discovered for myself, in myself recently, and that is when you approach a drawing or a piece of art like it's a coloring page, you approach it with a different energy, a kind of playfulness where there's no pressure. I really like it. Anyway, here they are. This is Stella, and I forget what the mouse is called, but they are pretty much in my style, though I do realize that a lot of my style exists in the rendering process, not so much in the actual drawing process. So looking at them as they are right now, that really can go in two different directions. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Come back next week to catch the next one.